The Valorant devs have dropped some big news. Earlier today, the Riot Game devs dropped their State of the Agents address, talking about agents and game balance and what direction the devs want to take this game in for Episode 3. What's going on, ProGuides family? It's your host, Sergeant Frost, coming at you guys again with a surprise news update. This one is looking to be a big one, so let's not waste any more time and jump right into it. At the beginning of this address, the devs have given their thoughts on the whole Viper experiment that went down with the agent reworks of Viper and Yoru back in March. They stated that the Viper rework was their first real go of doing a quote-unquote rework of a truly struggling agent in the game. Remember, Valorant is not officially a year old yet, and this is the first time the devs have needed to drastically change an agent that was underperforming. If you compare this to a game like League of Legends where dozens of champs have been reworked over the years, we should go easy on the Valorant devs as this was their first crack at aggressively balancing an agent. They have stated that they are gathering the win rate and pick rate data on her to keep tabs on if she is still too oppressive after the nerfs she received not too long ago. In my opinion, the Valorant devs have realized that Viper fits a specific niche role in the game. The buffs they gave her turned up her controller and Sentinel hybrid capabilities, and that proved to be a little too oppressive in game, especially on defense. A lot of people complain that on certain smaller maps, Viper is able to lock down a site all by herself by activating her smoke and wall and using her mollies whenever she gets threatened with a push. I think right now that after her toxin nerfs, Viper is a little less oppressive while still being good in the right situations. Now that Breeze is out and Viper has proven herself as an S-tier pick for controller on that map, I think the devs will leave her alone in the meta and she will finally be here to stay for the long term. Let us know what you guys think about Viper in the comment section down below. One of the most interesting aspects of future balance changes we saw in this address was Riot's plans for Breach, Skye, Yoru, and Astra. Breach and Skye are being targeted for changes through their flashes. I don't think that the devs like that those two agents are known for creating yellow screen simulators because they have the ability to dump out 3 flashes in rapid succession. They want their kits to be more self-sufficient and less reliant on the need to utility dump their flashes and the rest of their abilities in order for them to be considered a useful agent in the game. Breach and Skye are known to be 2 of the weaker initiators in the game, sitting much further behind Sova in the meta. I think Riot knows that they're in a good position team play-wise, but they're in a bad spot in solo queue. As such, this change would tone down on team play viability, but help these agents be more impactful alone or in uncoordinated situations. Personally, I think they're going to put a short timer between using their flashes to create counterplay in their kit, and maybe decrease their use time so that they don't feel stuck when using their ability. I'm very interested to see how the devs manage to handle this one. Meanwhile, they address that Yoru is still underperforming and mediocre in his own right. They express that they want to increase power in his unique playstyle, and to do so, they want to make his fake out footstep ability more impactful in-game. In my opinion, I don't think Yoru is truly weak as a duelist. I just think that other duelists and flash agents just offer more to a team comp and do a better job than he can. There isn't a single ability in his kit that would make you want to pick him over the other duelists. One big issue is that Yoru gives too much information away while not being an agent that functions on outplaying opponents. Yoru is still in a tough spot because his kit doesn't mesh well together enough to make that happen yet. Plus, I don't know how they can fix Yoru's footsteps, but if Riot has an idea on how they can make his decoy have more impact, I'm all for it. Lastly, we have Astra. The devs simply said that they acknowledge that she is a little overtuned as a controller in coordinated play, and they want to add counterplay into her kit. I don't know exactly how they will do that since none of her abilities do damage, and they just buffed her gravity well, but nonetheless, I'm interested to see what they have planned for her, because I believe she's a little too powerful in pro play. Wrapping up this State of the Agents address, Riot confirmed that we are getting a new agent at the start of Episode 3. We were supposed to get a new one at the start of this act, but Riot was focused on launching Breeze and making sure the game didn't break with its release. So it's understandable that they delayed the new agent to the next act. They didn't say much about the new agent or even confirm a name or in-game class, but they did use the words, "Expect an agent that should have abilities that feel similar to other traditional FPS games." They also said, "This agent's utility will create moments where you have to rely on gunplay." This is all very vague terminology for a new agent, but it could prove interesting to see what they mean by you will need to rely on your gunplay. From my analysis, I could imagine that they could create a Thatcher from Rainbow Six Siege type or Sombra from Overwatch type agent, where this agent has the power to disable abilities for a short period of time. Perhaps they have a device that can disable or destroy placeable utility on the map. This type of agent could prove very useful for countering sentinels on defense in-game. Right now, all they gave us was a symbol that's related to the new agent, and that's all we're going to hear about for now. I imagine we will be getting more info or even a trailer as Episode 3 approaches in June. Well guys, that's all we have for this news update. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure to hit that bell notification icon to ensure you stay up to date with the latest Valorant news, updates, and guides. If you want further help, feel free to check out our website ProGuides.com for the very best on-demand coaching. This has been your host Sergeant Frost, and I will see you all in the next one.